Thanks for taking the time. The wrestling season began this past weekend. Western State, you also sent some wrestlers to Mines. Talk to me about how you felt about how your team performed.
I think, Western State, obviously, they're always a gritty, tough team, but a team that, we have to be able to dominate from end to end, from 125 to heavyweight. So I think, we kind of have talked about this in a couple with our team. Like, hey, we got 5 returning guys, back that had some experience, and they're pretty good. One of those guys was out of the lineup. We got 5 new guys to the lineup. And I think for us, we knew, kind of where we're at, but it's just like we have to get really intentional about how we grow and support it. So I think some years you can come in and you can coach your team and you coach it as one team. And, like what applies to one guy on a team applies to everybody on the team. With this team, I think we're going to have to get very individual, very specific. What Wyatt Hendrickson needs to be an All-American national champion is going to be a lot different than what Tucker Owens needs as a starting freshman in our lineup at 125, right? So we're going to, as our coaches, we're really going to take an individual approach this year. And we talked to the team a lot about just intentionality and growth and development, and it's going to be a process. And we just got to try and, see how fast we can improve the learning curve and growth and development of our team. That's going to be critical. We got a first semester here with some great opportunities. A few tournaments coming up, one more dual meet this semester. Vegas, one of the toughest tournaments in the country. And then next semester, we're going to be into Big 12 dual meets. And those are going to be tough, hard-fought dual meets against national ranked teams where we're just going to have to be much better to be competitive.
But you're going to, put yourself back into the fire this weekend, headed to the App State tournament, also sending some other wrestlers up to Wyoming, but some good competition at App State.
Yeah, well, so these first 3 weeks we split the team, and I forgot to talk about our freshmen in Golden. They did a great job. So primarily the guys we took up there were guys that this was the first college wrestling matches that they'd wrestled in their career, which was all freshmen, and then 2 other sophomores that didn't get a chance to compete last year due to injury. So everybody in that tournament was the first time they wrestled a college match. And we came back with 14 placers, 4 champs, and 5 of the weight classes won had Air Force Academy affiliation. So it was a great opportunity for those guys to go wrestle other people, other freshmen like them. And if you're at a Division I or Division II school, like if 6 months ago you were in high school, you're the same. So for our guys to go up there, our freshmen, and experience that type of success, was really happy to see those guys kind of get a taste of college wrestling, kind of get their feet underneath them, and get a little bit of exposure to, like, hey, what this thing is going to look like. And also, like, to see, like, hey, where do we got to be better? But, with that, we'll split the team again this weekend, and we'll take 15 guys, our top 15 guys, to App State. It's a great tournament. It's Division I only, 5 or 6 different conferences, a few different national ranked teams there. We're going to see App State, who's pretty good, Stanford, who's national ranked, Virginia, who's national ranked, Kent State, who has some good guys, Gardner-Webb, ourselves, and I think one other team that I'm forgetting. But it's a pretty good tournament. They're all RPI matches, meaning that each team can bring 15 guys. They all have to be rostered athletes, so every match you wrestle is going to be a match that's going to make a difference in your coach's ranking RPI. And then we'll take another 15 guys and we'll send them up to the Cowboy Open, which again will be a lot of the same guys that went to Golden, plus a few upperclassmen that didn't get a chance to compete last year. But again, that'll be a little bit tougher competition with having Wyoming, Northern Colorado, a few other regional schools up there. Again, more Division I type competition for our guys. So we're excited for them.
Talk to me about this, because your top 15, does that change throughout the season? I mean, are there some wrestlers that are maybe going to Wyoming that might be able to move up, or tell me how that works?
We're pretty close. There's 10 weight classes in wrestling, and I think 125 through heavyweight. We're pretty close to seeing where we're at with those 10 starting weight classes. I think there's a few weight classes we want to look at some things, maybe try a few things different. But again, we've had a pretty good process. We've had 3 weeks of challenge matches, the black and blue culminating that. This week, everything, we'll look at all results, right? Even in Western State, we'll look at how guys competed, and how that impacts the team scores and that stuff. So we still got a lot of data to collect. So I think we got, 15 to 18 athletes that are, in the realm of guys that could be guys that represent us in the second half of the season. And we hope that when we come back from App State and the Cowboy Open and the Navy Classic in Kearney, that we have a pretty good sense of who our 10 starters are.
It should be good. Should be some great competition this weekend. Sam Barber, thanks for the time.
Appreciate you. Thanks.